The spawn of Avomancia is absolutely perfect, and the base is coming along really well with structures starting to sprout out everywhere. What are we going to do next? Don't you go anywhere, and we'll do it together. This is Avomancia. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what time you're watching this next episode from me, Avomance, and we are in Avomancia again today. It is coming along really, really well. Thank you for travelling with me so far on this journey, and we are going to travel a little bit further today. So I've built quite a lot of stuff between seeing you last time. I've kind of made it a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more standard across. So we've got grass instead of where all that stone was around the base, and we've built a little bit more, and I've got some roads, because you know me, I like a road. Or 7. I like the odd road, and I've got roads going kind of along towards and through and around the entire... Hello, Mr. Sheep. I've not got a black sheep yet. Oh, maybe I need to corral you. Oh my God, I'm on the inside of the sheep's head. That was more than a little horrible. Never ever go inside a sheep's head. It is not recommended. Anyway, I am going to show you what I've done so far, and then we're going to do a little bit more. I thought what we'd do today is we would see if we can help to build up around the base. We've got a nice series of little islands. I've spawned in a really nice place, and I hadn't really realised. So we've got a nice series of little islands. So we're all surrounded by the sea, which is great. But more importantly, we can kind of make the islands a linked up base using bridges and other sorts of stuff like that. I think it'll look really quite nice. So let's have a look and see what we've done so far. So this is the start of it. So that goes down. You can see I've got like a nice little bay area there, but we'll come back to that because I ran out of glowstone, which is why I've got torches on the edge of this. Take your head away, sheep. That was vile. Never get inside a sheep's head. Very, very bad. So I ran out of glowstone. I need to go back to the Nether and harvest some more glowstone. There's loads and loads and loads there. I had loads, but I need some more. So I've put torches at the side of the road at the moment because I like these glowstone. What are they, street lights? I suppose they're sort of street lights, aren't they? We've got some stone walls with the glowstone on top, just topped off with some wooden trapdoors. It works quite nicely. And I've got loads of them because the idea is I'll eventually light up this whole area. And what that will mean is that we won't have any mobs spawning on it at all, which will make it relatively safe for me to wander around and use all the farms that I'm hopefully going to build in this area. These are the spawn chunks, so they are constantly loaded. If you don't know, spawn chunks always are loaded, irrelevant of whether or not you are within them. So obviously you need to be really, really careful that you haven't got anything too laggy. So I need to be careful about the number of redstone clocks, for example, that I've got on this area. Otherwise the entire world will lag. Oh, there's another pig. I can't breed pigs yet because I've not found carrots, but I will find carrots soon. So I've gone over the bridge and I'm building something up here, which I'm going to confess I am blatantly ripping off from the masters on Quarrycraft. Those guys have built some amazing stuff, and this is going to be something that I'm blatantly going to nick from there. But it does come all the way around the road and it will go onto that island and so on and so forth. But I'll come back and do that another day. We're not doing that today. Today we are going to do some... just maybe some farmy type stuff or building type stuff around here. So we've got a nice big green area there, for example, and we've got at the end of this road here, it goes down into an hole. We've got an hole, so I need to somehow make that a little bit more accessible because it's a nice cave down there. I need to light it up so mobs don't spawn down there, because that'll affect any mob spawners that I actually put in this area as well, which we don't want to do. And on this end, let's come along here. I'm running. On here, I've got what is going to become a lookout. So if you look over here, it's just at the moment, it's just a wooden platform that is built on top of a wooden platform that is down there. I'm just going to shift click and creep out. You can see there's a wooden platform there. And it's going to be a lookout area or an observation area because I figured that looks really nice. And in that bay, I was thinking of maybe building a nice big boat, but not in this episode, in a future episode. That might be fun, maybe a galley or something like that. And if I come around this way, you can see we've got road that runs all the way up to our Nether portal, which runs to the Nether hub and comes around here. I thought, for a minute there, I thought that was the hiss of a creeper. I got really, really scared. I thought, oh no, it's all gone. So we've got a nice little pool next to the Nether hub that you saw last time. And we've got the road that comes around here. I've put a door in this side now, so I can access it from this side. I've got a few pens. You can remember last time we built some chickens. We've got a load more chickens now. So come up here and just collect the eggs from the chickens. And I've been breeding them up, which is quite nice. So we'll use them for a chicken farm, or at least I'll use the eggs for a chicken farm. I've got some sheep, and I've bred a few sheep. I've only got white sheep at the moment, so I need to get some more sheep that are different colours. And I've got 2 pigs so far that I've managed to corral, but no more than 2, because I can't breed them because I've got no carrots. So I need to go and find a farm that's got carrots. Down here, just check I've not got any creepers lurking around. Down here, I've built sort of a dock-like thing. So I just thought it'd be nice to have a little building to go over the water there. And up here, if I come up along here, I've got walking along. Oh no, it's a grey sheep right there, look. Hello, Mr. Grey Sheep. And over here, we've got what I think I'm going to turn into a fishing platform. I might actually put a fish farm here, or a fishing farm here, rather than actually fishing. But until then, I can just do fishing, because I want to get some enchanted stuffs. And down here, this is my main dock, so I'm going to build this up a little bit more, but it's going to be a major dock where I'm going to have boats and that going over to these other islands over there. And then I've also, if you remember, right back at the beginning of my farm series, episode 1, I did a farm that was for crops, that was based around some pistons. And here I've got another one, and it's dead daisy. I can't actually run it yet, but maybe by the end of it, if they've all grown, because I only harvested it the other day, I'll show you how that one works. But you can see how it works in the tutorial. I should have the link somewhere on the screen now, and you'll be able to see how that actually works. But you pull that lever and the stuff washes off, goes down into those chests down there. I've got improvements on the system, because in my current farm system all the hoppers are at the same level as the dirt, which means I sometimes get stuck on the last dirt level. Now it washes off into the hoppers and you get everything. Thank you for about 12 people that have suggested that. Works really, really well. So yeah, so I think maybe it's time to do something. What am I going to build? I've decided what I'm going to make. I'm going to make a storage system. It's quite a big storage system. It's not super big one, but it's a fairly big one. I thought I'd this. No S in. That's good news. So yeah, I'm going to make a storage system. Now I'm not going to do a tutorial on how to make the storage system, because frankly I've already done that. In fact, the link is somewhere in the corner of this particular page, and it'll be in the description and whatnot on the screen, all that kind of clever stuff that YouTube now allows you to do. But what I am going to do is kind of do step by step. I've done it in a bit 2 stages here, look. So we've got, this is going to be an item elevator that is going to push the stuff up. And again, really simple item elevator. Link for that is also available in the description below. But that is going to bring stuff up from this feeder system here. Now what I am going to do with this feeder system here is I'm also going to have the item elevator, or an item elevator, go down. I don't know whether I'm going to do it in front or underneath this, I've not decided yet, to bring up stuff from the mine, which is all the way over there if you remember rightly. And that is then going to feed stuff in basically from the mine. So I lob stuff in all the way down at level 5 or whatever it is from the mine, and it's going to come up and feed into this collection system here. And also, if I shove stuff in here, it is also going to feed into the collection system here. And this is a nice item sorter. So let's ignore that bit for a bit, because we're going to come back to that. What you can see here is we've got a kind of a row dug out from behind chest, trap chest, trap chest in double size. There's plenty of room. And on the back of that, I've put a redstone torch. And that's true the entire length of this. Then we've got a block, and then running into that block, we've got a repeater set to 1 tick all the way along, except for the last one. Now we've also got a hopper running into the back of each and every one of these chests. Yes, this is quite an iron rich build. I do apologise, it doesn't have to be this big, obviously you could do it much smaller. I've made it this big so as I can expand with it, and I just happened to find an absolute boatload of iron. I guess if it was a boatload of iron it might sink the boat, but it was a load of iron, lots and lots of iron. So I thought, what should I do? Let's make it out a load of hoppers. Why not? Then into those hoppers, or behind those hoppers, apart from the last one again, we've got a row of just standard oak wood planks. And then on top of that, yep, I've started to use that quartz crystal that I got from the Nether, and there's loads. There's really good farming around my Nether spawn. It's a really good spawn. And I've got a comparator coming out above this hopper level here, so you can see that's actually on the block above this hopper, and that means that whatever I put on top of this is going to be feeding this comparator. So that's kind of the next step. So what we need to do is, whoop, I've fallen down now. Right, so what we're going to need to do is we need to kind of build up around this section here. So I'm going to put in here, right here, you can see where I'm stood. I'm going to get an oak wood there and an oak wood there. Jump, there you go. And I'm going to do the same right along the other side at this end. Opposite, I'm going to put oak wood there, and oak wood there. So you can see we've got kind of a row going all the way along. This is going to form kind of the front of the chest. We're also going to do there and there. We're going to come along this side as well. We're going to do there and there. And we're also, just for fun, we're going to do 3 high there, there, and there. That's quite important actually, that is 3 high, and we'll see why in just a minute. What I have forgotten to do, I think, is pick up some steps. So I'm going to go and pick up some steps, and I'll be back when I've done the next bit, including the steps. So I've done a row of steps right along on the back bit of that. You can see the back of those 2 blocks there all the way along. So in my case that was 20, because I've got 20 row or 20 row long of chest. Now that's not exactly what I did in my previous tutorial. It's a little bit different, because in my previous tutorial I only used single chests, and for this one I want to use double chests. These are not going to be the exact tutorial I've done. They're going to be adaptations of the exact tutorial I've done. And I decided I don't like that like that. I would prefer that to be like that, I think. So I'm going to do that on the other side as well. Where are we? Get that up here. So let's get rid of him. And I'm going to put a step, not upside down, you foolish man. Get rid of that. I'm going to put a step there. And I'll take that. Thank you very much. Okay, so these are obviously accessible because the steps don't block it. If you wanted to put maybe a half slab on the top of that. In fact, I might do that. That might look quite nice. I mean, you can open the chests very, very happily. But we're going to come around the other side now, because we need to start getting jiggy. I've fallen down the owl again. We've got to start getting jiggy with the next row. And what we're going to do up here, we're going to get, where's my thing? I'm going to get a hopper running into each of the backs of these steps. So you can see the little blippy thing there is going into the back of the step. Now that means that it ain't going to feed anything into the step. Obviously it doesn't do that, but what it will do is it will feed the hopper below, on the assumption that the hopper below can actually take anything. And what's really clever here, I'm going to come around, just try and show it you. This isn't a tutorial, but I do want to show you. Whilst that torch is on, that hopper's locked. I'm going to try and demonstrate that. So if I click on that hopper and I put those in there, look, the hopper is not feeding anything in. Whereas if can I get to it? I can't actually get to it. If I was to somehow turn off that redstone signal and I was to put something into that hopper, it would work. The redstone here is locking that hopper. So we're going to use basically control of this redstone lamp to control the hopper, which will control whether or not something drops into the hopper, which is basically and very simply controlled using some redstone. So what I need is, let's get that like that, like that. Right, so I'm going to put a block on the back of each of these all the way along. I've got enough, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Block on the back of each one of these. And then on here, I need to get, like, I've got a whole stack of redstone. I keep hearing this in! I'm going to get snuck up on. Blooming 8 creepers. I'm going to stick redstone on each and every one of these all the way along. Keep coming. And then another redstone on here. Again, all the way along. Now, I'm not just going to leave this open. I'm going to build it in, obviously. Otherwise, it'll look proper messy, and I really don't like messy. But I've not done this last one, because this last one is basically going to take anything we want. If we want it, we're going to stick it in here. So this is the basic construction of this, like that, you can see. Now, I am going to have to do some clever kind of removal cum addition. I've just realised, because I'm a Wally. Last time when I did this, it was in creative. I need to get to these hoppers, and I've not actually left myself a gap to be able to get to the hoppers. What a Wally. So I'm going to have to do a bit of rebuilding, and I shall do that in a minute. But you can see the principle is these hoppers feed into there like that, and we can basically feed into these hoppers on the assumption, let's get up here, on the assumption that once something goes into the hopper, if it can't go down, it'll go across, and if it can't go down, it'll go across, and if it can't go down, it'll go across, etc, etc, etc. And it really is that simple. This will teach me for not thinking things through. So I've just taken off the comparators, just one it with a pickaxe, it's dead easy, and I'm taking off this row of wooden blocks, and we're going to put these in back towards the end. I suppose it makes sense to be able to show you what was there, definitely, but right now I can't have it on there because it is blocking my access to all of these hoppers here. What a wally. Let's get on with the next bit. You know what? I'm getting old. I'm getting very old because this was a complete brain fart. It's absolutely no problem to have these blocks in here. What a wally. I'm a little bit embarrassed. I'm going to put them back in. I'm not editing that bit out because I don't believe in editing out when you make mistakes, because everybody makes mistakes in this game. But you actually don't want to have to get to those bottom hoppers. You want to be able to get to these other hoppers. So where's me? There they are. I couldn't see them for looking then. So let's go in. Because it's the second hoppers that are the ones that are going to control stuff. These are the ones that are going to have, or we need access to. So I've got to put these back in here. There should be just the right amount. Yes, there is. So I was right. See, I was right first time. Don't doubt yourself. What a wally. I tell you, I'm losing the plot. Just losing the plot. I get too excited doing this survival larky, and it's just too much good fun. So next up, we need to be able to get more hoppers. Yes, I'm sorry, we have got more hoppers. So we need to put hoppers right the way from the very end. And we need these hoppers to be facing towards this block here. So let's get one in there. And then we have to play with the shift click. So shift click all the way along like this. So it is very iron rich. I know you've got 3 rows of hoppers, and the more iron that you use, or the more chests that you want to sort into, the more iron you are going to use. And I know, what can I tell you, but it is worth it. It saves a proper lot of time. And bring it out to that point there. Now I'm going to link this up. You see, it's one past where the chests are. I'm going to link this up in a bit with this system here. In fact, let's put one more there. And one more there, because then we need to feed in from that system. But I'm not going to link it up just yet because we don't really need to. What we've got to do next is the clever bit, the bit that causes things to sort. So now we're getting into the bit that helps us sort the stuff. So you can see we've got most of these comparators are on, but only this little bit of dust here is all glowy. This little bit of dust here is not glowy. That's because this comparator is only giving out a signal of 1, which only pops that one on, doesn't pop that one on. That means that doesn't charge the block that it sat on. Where are you? I'm sure I heard something. That doesn't charge the block that it sat on, which means it doesn't turn on the comparator that is under here, which means it doesn't power that block, which means it doesn't turn off that torch, which means it doesn't unlock this hopper. And that's a good thing, because you can see there, they are staying inside. Look, so we've got 21 blocks. 21 blocks is enough to only give one thing a signal and not 2 things a signal. In fact, 22 blocks is the right amount for 1 block of signal and not 2 blocks signal. If you go to 23, then that makes it 2 blocks of signal, which is what we're going to use. So we've got 5, 5, 5 and 6. That is 21 altogether. And in that extra slot here, we're going to put 1 block of the thing that we want to sort. We're going to do that in a minute because I've not done all of these yet. So if I come all the way along to the end, I've still got 2 left. Look. So that one has got 5, 5, 5 and 6. This one hasn't yet. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see instantly, in fact, I'm just going to unlock it. You can see that's on. Oh, I've just done the top one. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm using polished granite because no one in their right mind is going to want to sort polished granite. Who actually uses polished granite? It's horrible, and I'm never going to use it in my builds. So I think it's a safe thing for me to be putting in here because I'm never ever going to put polished granite inside here. So it's the ideal item. Recipe for polished granite, by the way, if you don't know what it is up on the screen now. It's 4 blocks of normal granite and you get polished granite. But don't bother because it's an horrible block and I never ever use it in my builds. And if you do and you use it in a way that actually makes a really nice build, I'll be very interested to know because frankly I don't like it so much. So we've got now a fully loaded system. All we need to do is pop in the items that we want to sort in each one. So I've picked up the things that I want to put in here. Now, I can't put anything in item frames at the minute because I've not found any cows, and you require a cow to get the leather. Look, the item frame recipe is up on the screen now. You require the cow to get the leather to make the item frame. But what I can do is, let's just pop that one back in there. What I can do is put one of those in there. You can see, look, it doesn't do anything. But what we've also done now is we've filled up, oh no, not that one, we've filled up all of these slots. So the only thing that can come in here is either polished granite, which ain't never gonna happen, or oak wood. If I come along to the second one and I put in dirt, put in some dirt there, that means the only things that can go in there is dirt and polished granite. And polished granite ain't never gonna happen. Are you seeing a thread? We ain't never putting polished granite through this sorting system because don't like it. Then we're gonna put in some cobblestone into this one, and into this one we're gonna put in some iron ore. Into this one we're gonna put in gold ore. I'm just having a quick look around. I'm just feeling my spider senses tingling. Probably because there's spiders nearby. So did I put anything in that one? Yes, that was the gold ore. In this one I'm gonna put some granite, not polished granite, granite. And this one I'm going to put diorite. In this one I'm going to put andesite. Also, the polished forms of diorite and andesite are hardly ever likely to find themselves into my sorting system. We've got a little bit of sand there. Coming in here, we're going to go, hang on, let's just put these into our lower section. There we go. So here we're going to put some gravel in this one. In this one we're going to put birch wood. This one gets obsidian. That one's netherrack that I bring back from the nether. Oak saplings, because I've managed to get quite a few of them. Birch saplings, because I've managed to get quite a few of them if ever I want to make a tree farm, which I will do some point. Redstone dust in there. Some coal, which I am getting some of. Some flint, which I'm definitely getting some of. And in here, oh, I need to, yep, in here I'm going to put, should I put slime balls or glowstone dust? Tricky one. I'm going to put in glowstone dust, I think. And in this one, that becomes the kind of the junk, the rest of the stuff. And I can obviously extend it, if I wanted to, with more of various bits and pieces to make a longer sorting system. So what we've got in here, therefore, is a load of chests that theoretically should be able to sort stuff out. I reckon we need to test it. So you can see here we have topped up that glass pillar just by another couple of blocks, so it's made it 4 blocks high, just standing on this thing here. And we've got a kind of line, I guess, of hoppers going from right above the hole all the way up to the top there, and that like kind of line of glass blocks goes above the level of the hopper. Now if you wanted to, you could also put a slab on the top level of the gaps above the hoppers if you really wanted to. You don't have to, but that will very nicely transport the stuff up and put it along the sorting system. So what I've got here, I've got 4 items that I'm going to sort. I've got 15 sand, 15 oak saplings, 15 redstone dust and 15 glowstone dust, and also a couple of blocks of glass which aren't in the sorting system, and we are going to put them in here and get them going. So you can hear, look, that item elevator is going and going and going and going. Whilst that's doing that, I'm going to get my sword ready because it is getting dark. And those things are going up and up and up into that hopper. You can see them pop up the top and then go back in the hopper. And what that means is they're basically running into the system. Just looking around. I don't want anything to come and bite off my face. So whilst that is doing that, we're going to look in these chests. So we've got nothing in that chest, nothing in that chest, nothing in that chest, nothing in that chest. Just looking around. I know I'm going to get googlied any minute now. Nothing in that chest. Nothing in that chest. Nothing in that chest. Nothing in that chest. 15 sand in that chest. There we go. Nothing in that one. Nothing in that one. Looking around again. I just got a horrible feeling someone wants to eat my face. We're coming along. We're coming along. Please work. 15 oak saplings. There we go. 15 redstone dust, 15 glowstone dust, and I hope to glass. So that works really, really beautifully. Very occasionally when you do this, you find that you get one stuck in the pipe, but that's all right because the next time you put one in, it comes out. So happy days on that one. So that works really, really well. I'm really happy with that. Now what we've got to do is we've got to build that into the mining system down on the lower levels. But before that, I'm going to have a sleep because something's going to eat my face, and I really don't want my face eaten today. I'm in a really non-face eating mood. But what I will show you, looking around for face eaters, what I will show you is this. Look, this has grown again. I'm going to flip the switch. I said I promised I would. There we go. The water comes along, down it goes into the collectors, close off the water, look around to make sure there's no face eater. That's a very important step. And open up, and there you go. You can take any set of seeds and you can jump in here. What's really important, I can't remember if I said it at the beginning, I may be repeating myself. What's really important here is the fact that it's too high, which means even if you jump, you can't jump properly and it doesn't mess up your hoed ground. And that is actually a real benefit of this system, because if you've got messed up hoed ground, that's just not good. So let's carry on here and here and here. Resolder these seeds. When Minecraft works out a way of being able to automatically sow seeds, I am there. I'm all over that. Abso-blooming-lutely. So let's just stick that back in there. Perfect. And we're ready. Right, sleepy time. So you can see we've come down to the mine area. This is the cavern that we got the obsidian from. There's loads of water around because that's how I made the obsidian after all. And we have made another dropper clock here, look. So we've got the dropper in the middle, exactly the same setup that we have got upstairs. And attached to it, we've got 2 hoppers which run into a chest. You can see I've used up 2 hoppers and I've only got 12 bits of redstone left because I used 3 of them there. And what we're going to do is we're going to slip those 12 bits of redstone into there. You can see that's activating that dropper and they're being shot up. I did check. I did dig straight down, which is a big no-no, but I did dig straight down because I knew there was nothing underneath it, because I did a bit of a survey prior to that by kind of digging around up there, because I've been doing a bit more mining, a bit more shallow, and I know that goes straight up with no block gaps on any side of it. And if we then go back up to the surface, we will be able to see what has happened. And you can see as we come up here, we have got just an extra little row of dirt that I put here. It's already starting to grass over, so that'll look all right, which covers up the hopper all the way around it. Make sure that that hopper has got a complete circle all the way around it, because that, dear friends, directly down there is where we were just now. We were exactly there, but on level 5. And you can see in here we've got no redstone, but if we go all the way over here, dooby-doo, which one is it? I don't even remember because I've not got my signs yet. It's not that one because that's the trash. Not that one, not that one, not that one, that one. There we go. And our 12 redstone have come up here. And that means that we can fill straight up from all the way down in the mine. What's that over there? Is that something worth having? Oh, yes, arrow. I'll have that. Thank you very much. That is going to fill up all the way down from the mine, which is awesome. And I don't need to come up with loads of pockets full of stuff. Now, I can obviously make a little mine transport system using rails, etc. I'll probably do that on a later episode or a little bit later in the game. But right now, I reckon that just needs a little bit of jazz hands. Let's give it some Foss hands. I also need to eat something, don't I? Because I look hungry. And there we have it. It has become an extension to the house. And frankly, it looks like a bit of a monstrosity at the minute. I'm looking at it from this angle. And frankly, it looks very big and very bland. But once I've got some item frames on there, that is going to break up that wood face. So what we did, we've always, as we always do, any kind of redstone, I do like to keep a little control room so you can enter the building and get hold of anything should it all go wrong. And I've basically just given it skylight the same as all the rest of the others. Coming out, there's the door, and around this side obviously we've got a nice big block of wood, frankly, isn't it? But we've closed in all of those chests. They still open up without any problems, so that's really, really good news. And on this side, we're matching the way the house has been built by having lots of stone brick interspersed with cobble and smooth stone that you can get just by smelting cobblestone. And we've also put just a few stone buttons to act as rivets on these struts, because I did it over here. I'm coming back over here, look. I did it over here. I'm sprinting a bit. People that complain that I don't sprint enough. Well, I'm sprinting now. I did the rivets over here, like the buttons like that. They still work, but they do nothing. And frankly, I just thought, you know what? It needs to match. So I've done it on the rest of the building as well. So that's what we've got. I'm quite happy with it. It looks all right. I've got plenty more to do, I think, on that, because it's not as pretty as I would like it. But all in all, I think it's not turned out too bad, and it does follow more or less the same structure as my previous item sorter, and it works pretty well. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure you slap that like button, because I really need to know that it's going in the right direction. Also, what do you think I should be doing? Down in the comments below, let me know what you think I ought to be doing in this series. And if you haven't done it already, you make sure you hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club. That is a really long wooden wall. And I'll see you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.